What's up, everyone? EasyGoingMC. We're back with another episode of EasyGoing Survival, and man, I'm so excited for this episode. Literally 2 minutes ago, not 2 minutes, like 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes ago, let's say, I finished up episode, is it 11? Yeah, we're on episode 12 now. I'm so far behind, ahead, I guess. Episode 9 hasn't even released for me yet, so 4 episodes, going to be starting the 4th episode that has not been released yet. Feeling good about that, definitely. However, in the last episode, we did a ton of resource gathering. There's not a lot to show. We did build a couple micro farms back at the starter base, but basically it was all just to gather materials at the end of the day. So we got our science terracotta, we got an empty shulker box, and then we got 3 shulker boxes of glass. We also collected a lot of quartz from trading, as well as we built a sea pickle micro farm, get sea pickles, and we also have all our base goodies, under chest goodies. We'll need this to dye the glass eventually. However, this is all to construct the inner ring and centerpiece of the base. We're finally starting. Hopefully by the end of the day, we have everything done with the inner ring, excluding something that we don't have sea lanterns yet. So we're going to do the inner ring build. That's definitely what we're doing today. And then obviously going forward in the future, we're going to need glowstone to hide in leaves down on the floor for lighting. When we eventually do some kind of area underneath, which is still planning about exactly what we're going to do, if it's going to be sort of jungly or futuristic or not. So we'll need a glowstone, so that's a witch farm, and then we also need sea lanterns for some lighting in the base, specifically in the centerpiece. It involves a lot of sea lanterns, and of course that involves a guardian farm. So yeah, we're going to have to build a couple big farms. The guardian farm is going to be huge. It's a huge project. Though 1.13 has made that slightly easier, so yeah, well, hopefully that goes all right. However, beyond that, we're going to be able to basically get done everything besides that. That's a very small task. Not a small task, but a very small component of this, at least this initial part of the base. So I'm still super excited. We're going to make some big headway on the base today. And yeah, let's get our first mega build underway by building, we'll build the inner ring to this thing. Should look awesome. Maybe we'll do it in the form of a third-person time-lapse. Here we go. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. Pretty quick. It only took like 6 minutes real time, so it really wasn't even sped up that fast. Of just putting in this inner circle. So basically the way it's going to work is eventually we're going to basically just fill this in all the way with glass to make up the bottom portion of the walkway, I guess you could say. We're also in the middle going to have another ring that's 15. I have it written down here somewhere. Don't start Netflix on the other screen. On my work computer, Netflix is pulled up. 15 blocks wide, so 7.5 radius. So we're gonna basically stencil the rest of it out. We'll have walkways in each cardinal direction, as well as that inner circle, and that'll basically make up the main ring. We'll have something in the center going down towards the floor, but that will be the stuff that's in the sky, and it's going to abide by like the same style and sort of look all the same, I guess, with the same patterns. So we'll do that, and I'll be back once I've put in the rest of the outline. Well, we just had a very unfortunate death, but anyways, I wish I could include the clip, but yeah, I couldn't. I got my stuff back. I mean, I just basically collided into this when I was flying. Anyhow, yeah, I put the outline in, so basically it sort of makes sense now how the shape is. It looks cool. I'm really a fan of it. It's kind of hard to get a good look at it because it is like, but yeah, it's sort of like, not sure what to describe. It kind of looks like the arc reactor and like a little bit in Iron Man's chest. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm getting the feeling of a little bit when I look at this thing. Anyhow, if you guys don't watch Marvel, I'm a big fan. You guys should check it out. Anyhow, it's looking great. This is the rough shape. Of course, now we're going to make the overall thing thicker. We're going to put stuff in between, obviously like these parts. some glass in there. So yeah, we're gonna then after that make it a couple blocks thicker going up to really add some dimension. I'm just curious like how big this thing looks from a kind of afar. I mean, if we're up on the tree, we're sort of on the same level as it, and my render is kind of turned a little too far down. We've jacked that up. Yeah. Okay, I mean, that's definitely sizable. I mean, I gotta keep in mind this is just the inner ring. It did look a little small to me when I was just looking at it from very far away. But then in the back of my head, I was also thinking, like, come on, like, it's not like this is the permanent, like, this isn't the biggest size it's gonna get. It's gonna get a lot bigger than this. So I'm like, this is a good start, good inner ring to the base. So I'm definitely pretty happy with this. So yeah, I guess what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill in the gaps now with glass. Which will also add some dimension as the glass is a full block, so it'll stick lower than the top half slabs. So we're going to do that. I'll go all the way around the ring as well as in these little pathways to the center. I'm not going to put it in here. I might put leaves here temporarily so I can easily move around, but this is actually not going to be part of that build just yet. But yeah, I'm going to do that glass in, and I'll be back once we have some more progress done. Anyhow, guys, as you can see, yep, glass is in, looking really good. We hop down here. Definitely adds to it for sure. Like, it just already makes it look just a little bit beefier. However, yeah, we still got a long ways to go. Though it is pretty easy to build up. I mean, it's very formulaic. It's not a lot of detail. I mean, it's detailed, but it's like, all right, we're building this circle out of glass. All right, we're just filling it all in with white stained glass. Okay, then we're going to put 2 blocks of cyan terracotta on top of each of these. Then we're going to put more, you know what I mean? It's sort of just like, you do one step at a time, which I did just mention it, I realize. But yeah, the next step of this process is we're going to go around and not on the glass, but on the entire quartz gem, we're going to stack up 2 blocks of cyan terracotta. So this is sort of like the accent to the build, you could call it. That's definitely what's accurate in this case. So yeah, we're going to do that. That should be pretty fun. I think I was debating about this. In my tests, I don't have it here, but I think it kind of makes sense to put it on every single inner quartz ring up here. I mean, it won't carry down throughout this, but you never know. I could change my mind on that. I mean, that's not fully decided on the power beam yet, but I guess it's not really a power beam. Whatever, holding this thing up. What I sort of thought about it is, if you ever seen a gyroscope, it's something that's like you spin it, and it's balanced basically. It's balanced like with gravity. I think that's sort of the fundamental behind a gyroscope is it sort of can tell how it's tilted. Like a gyroscope in a machine, it has a gyroscope, which means it can tell if it's upside down or tilted to the right or tilted to the left. That's like a thing in robotics. I'm still pretty early on in my engineering education, but yeah. So I was thinking like you can get a gyroscope, at a souvenir at like an aerospace museum. And that's sort of the inspiration is that it's sitting on this like top. So it's like a very, very thin down there, but it sort of widens up to this and sort of like a top, almost like it's sort of balancing, perfectly balanced on this little point because it's all just balanced via gravity on that tiny little point down there. So that's sort of like my thinking of the style, but we still got to build up the top portion still. So that basically involves, as I literally just said, we got to put leaves in the center here. Yeah, because this is getting out of hand already on this little section. Plus, this eventually is not going to be accessible to us. Yeah, we're just going to go around the whole entire build and just place. I won't do these 3. I'm not sure about what I'm going to do with these 3 yet. We're just going to place 2 blocks of terracotta, just like so, on top of the whole thing. And this looks awesome. I really love this texture, so it should look a lot of good. It should look pretty good. All right, I'm going to do that, guys, and I'm probably going to go sleep. So I'll catch you all in my morning or in just about a second for you all. I'm so excited, guys. It is starting. The base is really starting to take shape. As you can see, it looks better when it's thick. I mean, it adds more dimension to it because, I mean, it's a decent sized circle, you know what I mean? But it's very thin, so it's very much a frame. But this is a sense of how wide it's going to get. So it will get 1 block taller on the top. However, as you can see, this looks a lot better, just from a thickness perspective. Obviously, it kind of looks a little weird just with the cyan, and we need definitely, like, the ways when I look at it, when it's going to have, like, a trim over top, that's, like, what's going to really, like, drive it home as something that's cool. That's, like, what it needs, like, in my head. So that's exactly what we're going to do, actually. We're going to actually, no, I take that back, because what you guys might be wondering, like, how are we gonna light this up? Like, what's going in the interior of this? Is there gonna be anything, or is this gonna be a window? Um, it is gonna be transparent, but we're actually gonna fill this whole thing with water too high, and then we're gonna actually use sea pickles for lighting, because when you use those, it's provides a lot of light, but they're very, very discreet. They're underwater, under the 2 blocks of water. I mean, you can notice them, but it's not like it's out of place or something that's like super distracting, that's not symmetrical. So it's kind of like underwater torch band that doesn't look half bad. You won't be able to tell from afar. Basically, the whole thing will just glow at night, which looks really cool for my testing. So yeah, we're just going to fill all this space up with water, and then we're going to lay down sea pickles. That's why we had the farm sea pickles in the last episode. So I'm actually going to do that. I think first, beforehand, I'm actually going to fill this in with leaves for now, temporarily, just to sort of provide a place to put shulker boxes for the time being, just because now that's going to be filled in with water. And I might need to grab some buckets from the starter base. Yeah. Just to be clear while we're talking, this is, I mean, although this is our base, we're not going to like build every single farm here, at least not yet. I mean, plans may change. If I get a better PC and it can handle a lot more, then I probably would rebuild a few farms here just to sort of add to the aesthetic. But at this point, it's currently, what, almost June? I think it's going to be around June when this video comes out. If I get a new PC, it'll be around the holidays, just because I'm going to wait for stuff to go on sale. Maybe around like Black Friday. I'm in the United States. I'm not sure if they do that in other countries or not. But yeah, so if I get a new PC, then maybe I can build this up. But just for the sake of frames and things like that, that's why we're spreading everything out. Just because like my laptop is coming on 4 years old, and I know that's not old, but it's a laptop to begin with. It's also a MacBook, so it should last. I mean, there has been a couple issues, but every time I do the hardware diagnostics every now and again, that all looks good. And I know that's pretty trustworthy if like a hard drive's failing or something like that. So nothing's failing. If anything, it's actually improved. There was a clicking in the fans, but I cleaned it. I tried to sort of get dust out, but I couldn't. I might have to go get it cleaned once the quarantine's over. But yeah, I mean, it's been put through hell. I mean, AFKing however many nights and leaving it on like that is obviously not good for a computer. So yeah, unfortunately, we did put it through hell, but hopefully it lasts 6 more months. I can just get a new decent gaming PC. I already have another laptop for school that I don't need one for another laptop, so I'm gonna get a monitor or like a desktop with a monitor. So yeah, it should be pretty good. And then at that point, we might be able to scale up this base. But for now, it's just going to be our storage system plus some aesthetic builds. And maybe in the future, we'll do that. Just want to clear the air on that. I'm going to put some more quartz slabs down. Actually, no, I keep forgetting. I'm going to put the water in and put some sea pickles in. And then we'll hop back once that's done. Oh, man. This is really starting to take shape now. For me, when I was doing my testing... Ooh, creeper. For me, when I was doing the testing... Okay, we're going to have to kill this guy. I guess he'll kill himself. I'm really bad at Minecraft. For me, when I was testing this, like, this really added to it. You guys didn't see it at night before, but it looked really dull. But as you can see, this looks nice. I mean, you can see the sea pickles, but you have to, like, look for them. So, like, at a far, like, work from all the way over here, just, like, looking at this thing. It's just, like, a glowing disc in the sky kind of deal. So, it's definitely looking pretty good. However, we do have some more work to do. We do have to put on, of course, the quartz slab top. Oh, I missed a spot. There's going to be a couple spots I'm sure I missed that hopefully I'll be able to find. But yeah, we're going to put a quartz trim on this, on every single thing, and then we're actually going to put glass on top of the entirety of the water, and that'll be actually the level that we're running on. So this disc is actually already almost done. Of course, we still got some more plans. But yeah, for now, I just got to do this and just, yeah, keep on cranking away. Yeah, I guess maybe we can do this in the form of a third-person time-lapse. I hope you guys enjoy, and yeah, I'll catch you guys at the end of it. Anyhow, we're back. I just wanted to take a look at it at night one more time. This looks totally, totally awesome. I'm really happy. I just remember building this. Oh, my bed's up there now. I just remember building this, you know. Can I take off? Come on. This shouldn't be server lag. I just remember building this in creative on a world, not even a jungle. I built it in a plains just so like I didn't have to clear the jungle in creative. I was like, it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, it's so good. We have it in the world now, at least the first part of it. This is looking great. I'm really happy with how this turned out so far. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty big up here. Once you're up here, like this seems big. especially given the fact that this is just the inner ring. So I'm not even really sure like what's going to be on here. This might just be decoration at the end of the day. I don't think the storage system is going to be able to fit in these lines right here. So yeah, I think we're actually what's going to happen is there's going to be extensions in all 4 cardinal directions, as I mentioned, and this is sort of just the inner part, I guess you could call it. So yeah, I mean, this is obviously already looking super beefy. I don't think I'll fill this in. I think I want to leave this open to the air. I haven't totally decided yet. It sort of depends on how it pans out, but we'll see. We'll see. But right now, open to the air, I think. And just having these walkways on top of the glass and the sea pickles in the water, just looking awesome. If we look at this from down below, I mean, yeah, it does seem very, like, yeah, it looks big. It looks good from down below. From the tree, from like afar on the ground, I'd say. That's probably a better angle, not from a tree. I mean, yeah, if you just came up on this thing, it's like, oh my god, what is that big structure in the sky? So yeah, I'm really digging this base so far. So up next, actually, is another fun part of this. I'm actually going to start placing some leaves here temporarily, because we're going to be working in the middle, which is where I currently have the shulker box stuff. And we're actually going to be working on a power beam type thing, I guess you could call it. Like as I described, like the gyroscopic top. So it's going to be extending down there, and yeah, that's basically what's going to happen. Also, sorry, I think I probably put a post-edited thing in, but yeah, no replay mod time-lapse because it crashed while I was doing it, and then it set me back, and I was like, I'm not doing that again, so I just did it without. So sorry about that, but yeah. I'm going to get started on this. I'm going to do some more testing and creative before I start building, just to make sure I do know what I want to do. But yeah, once I've done that, I'll be back. And yeah, see you guys in a sec. And we are back, and as you can see, I've laid out the template for our little spinner tip. I guess this probably sounds kind of messed up now that I think about it. A little like, yeah, let's just call it the power beam, whatever. The beam thing, whatever you want to call this thing. We've laid out the outlines, so the circles. So as you can see, basically what we're going to have is just glass going up to the top, and then it ends with a half slab right there. So if you look at it from this side, I'll kind of give you an idea of. So basically, wherever the glass ends, you have a half slab, but we have a full block in there, and that is because eventually we're going to fill this with water and make it an aquarium. Which that's a whole other episode of work. We'll fill it in with water today and maybe add some kelp and seagrass in there, but in terms of getting like, I'd probably want like 20 tropical fish. I want to try to get dolphins in there. It's going to be a pain because these guys will drown. You can't move them by bucket. The fish in the bucket will be easy, but the dolphins, like, I have no idea how we're going to do that. I mean, I guess I'll look for the closest ocean and just try to make like apparently you can attach it to a lead, just make a run for it with the lead and just like see what happens and like try to do that. But honestly, I have no idea if that's going to work or not. But we can definitely get fish and kelp and seagrass in there. We won't do the fish today, but it still looks pretty good even with just the kelp. With the animals, that just adds some extra ambience. And maybe that is something we can do in the future when I have a better PC as well. Future project. We'll see how it looks with the kelp and seagrass though. But yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually just going to fill in the rest of the glass and slabs around the whole thing. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to crank it out, try to finish that as quick as possible. And yeah, I guess I'll be back once I've done that. I actually forgot there's a quartz trim that goes up and down the entire vertical thing on like the kind of like, not the corners, but like, well, I thought that was a charged creeper for a second when it was loading in. Oh my god. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we have this sort of trim. It'll make more sense once I build it up. But yeah, we're going to need more quartz. So I'm going to come over here, do some trading, and get that quartz. Also, sorry for the chunk loading lag. Damn. I can't wait to have a new PC. I think the content's going to improve so you don't get absolute, just like, you know how it goes. Alright. See you guys in a sec. There we go. It's in place. This is what I meant by it. Yeah, so we have the quartz trims just kind of coming down the side, looking great. Yeah, I am blown away with how this turned out. It works so much better than the test world. That's all I got to say to that. In the test world, the top circle of the cyan, I actually had to extend down, like these do. And it just looked too big, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a chance. I'm not going to rebuild this whole thing. I spent like an hour and a half planning. I'm just going to start with because that's a 15, that's a 13, 11, 9, 5, 3, 3, 5, 7. No, I skipped 7. Okay, yeah, so you get the gist. So I started with a 13 as part of like the spinner top. And what the heck? So yeah, then it just comes down. Yep, okay, that looks great. And if we get up here, eat, sleep. Okay, it's not night yet. Almost night. Yeah, so if we look down in here, it just sort of cascades down. So essentially what we're going to do now is we want to fill this with water. And unfortunately, since we want to put kelp and stuff and fish that can freely swim around, we don't want it to be flowing. Which means, unfortunately for us, that this has to all be source blocks. However, there are ways, we can do this. So basically what we got to figure out, I think the easiest way, since it's circular, if it was just one rectangle, all you do is you place ice on one side, ice on the other, and it'll fill in. However, because it's circles, I think what we're just going to do is we're basically just going to fill this whole thing up with ice, and then we'll break it. I don't even know how much ice that's going to require, but I mean, I guess that's all we got to do. So I guess what we should do is hop over to the ice spikes biome, set up a super simple ice farm. When I say ice farm, this is a manual farm. We'll have to, obviously all ice farms are, but there's going to be no redstone. It's literally going to be a giant square of water in the ground that's just going to consistently freeze. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I guess I'll be back once I have an ice farm set up. But yeah, this is basically complete. We just got to put the water in the center, and we'll do some kelp and seagrass today, but we'll save all the animals for a future episode. But we'll also see how it looks. That might not be necessary, since this does look different than my testing world. So I haven't fully decided on that yet. But yeah, this base is coming together really sweet. Oh my gosh. This is my first base like this. And EasyGoing Survival is like, it was a base, but it wasn't like this on this kind of actually making things look good to the outside eye and the exterior. Alright, I'm gonna done bragging about my base. I'm gonna go to the ice spikes biome to create an ice farm. And just like that, the ice farm is complete. I'm kind of curious how much ice we're gonna get. I mean, we're about to be swamped by mobs, but we can do a quick count. So towards positive Z, so negative 2, 3, 4, 5. It's even number. Alright, let's keep track of this. Okay, so that's what? 26, roughly. By, I have my calculator next to me. By facing towards negative x, so 2482. It's the longer one. By 37, I think. So we get 962, roughly. I'm sure I'm a little off on that. Roughly, I need to dig into my hole. Roughly 962 ice from this, which is pretty good, I'd say. Oh man, I just want a stray head. Alright, maybe I shouldn't do this while on camera. Yeah, so we get 962 ice, which is about 15 stacks per harvest, which is pretty good. So yeah, basically whenever this is done, we'll just go through, mine the whole thing, and yeah. Well, first I'm gonna take myself into a hole. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna harvest that like 2-3 times, get a ton of ice. We'll have more than we need, but it'll be good to have it on hand anyways. And yeah, we'll hop back once we're back at the base, ready to fill that thing with ice, which is probably going to be the most tedious thing, as we're just going to break it right afterwards. Well, guys, this thing works pretty well. I was about right with the 15 stacks, roughly. It's a little bit more, so we managed to get a shulker box, plus it looks like, yeah, four extra stacks of glass, We also had to place, every other block on, like, making, like, the right angle, as well as some in the middle. The reason why I placed some in the middle, like I did here, is because ice needs to spread from an edge. So if we didn't, ice could only spread from the edges. So this sort of speeds it up, because if I placed one block here, then that means there's 4 new places that ice can generate, if that makes any sense at all. So that's why I place ice in the middle, and then you can get a ton really quick. I basically just went AFK to watch some videos on YouTube, some other Minecraft Let's Plays that I enjoy, and by the time I got back, it was filled, and then I went AFK again after I harvested that ice, and then next time I came back on, it was filled once again. So I'm going to head back to the jungle base now. This is a pretty easy time now. Oh, maybe I was going to say, it's going to be a pretty boring task of just placing a bunch of ice. Hopefully it doesn't melt in the jungle. I don't think it does, but I can't remember. But I guess it doesn't melt in the nether, so that's a good sign. Alright, I'm going to go place that ice, and I'll check back in with you guys before we clear it all up. Wow, we really, yeah, that took a lot of ice. I barely have any left. I have a couple stacks in the shulker box, if we take a look. Or is it? Yeah, so we basically went through 27 stacks, roughly, of ice. Nice, that's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Anyways, oh, I missed some. Yeah, I missed some. Okay. Anyways, the next step is, of course, we gotta break all of this. That's gonna be a lag fest. I would record it as a time lapse because it probably would look cool, but replay mod crashed earlier. We're about to render a bunch of water. 4-year-old laptop that lagged from just placing all the transparent blocks and calculating that. Yeah, I'm on 2 chunks render distance right now. Yeah. Yeah, you can't even see the other side of the base. Oh my god. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and yeah, I'll be back in a sec. Grand reveal time. Yep, filled with water and a glass roof on top. Dang, this is looking good. Let's sleep and let's do that one more time. This is it. The ring is basically done. The inner ring is done of the base. Obviously, we have like a lot more to go, like an insane amount more to go of the base. But all in all, yeah, this is looking cool. We'll take a big look at it in a sec. I kind of want to get rid of these leaves first, though. Where are the shears? Where are the shears? Where are the shears? There they are. Alright, let's get rid of these guys so you get a really nice look, plus a good thumbnail. You know how... Oh, dang it. Alright, whatever. We won't be able to see them anyways. Alright, let's get a look. Let's go up to one of these jungle trees. It'd be great if I could stop lagging. Come on, let's turn this guy to V-Sync. Okay, that's a little better. Oh, this is looking good. I really like it. That kind of looks like a tooth, a little bit, like a really long tooth. Now I just made that connection. All right, yeah, it looks like a tooth. It's okay. I like the tooth. The tooth is good. But yeah, this is from the ground. It looks great. We'll do a fly-in. Oh, I love this so much. Oh yes. All right. It'd be great if it could load in, but god, this slow computer. Alright, you guys will get a good look in the thumbnail. Plus, we've gotten a ton of good looks already. But yeah, this is just looking phenomenal. I'm super happy with it. Let's go ride the water elevator one more time. Just gaze around. But yeah, so I placed all the ice. Or broke all the ice. It was a little bit hard. I had to go back and patch up some holes I punched in the wall. Some of the quartz. And then I also went and placed sea pickles. Basically, pretty uniform. I wanted to have a pattern like this because it looks really so cool how it just kind of like builds down on each side. And yeah, so those are providing lighting in the thing, similar to what we did here. And that also means then it also helped me melt the ice. So what time of day is it? Man, I really wish it was night, but it's not. We'll take a night look at this in the next episode. But yeah, this is done. It's looking good. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to punch out this right there. And yeah, that basically means this episode is over. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun recording this one. It feels really good to be starting the base area, like exceptionally good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like down below. I'll fix the rest of those later. But other than that, guys, hope you have an easygoing day, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye. Oh, and join the Discord. Plus, that was a world record outro in terms of shortness for me. So, yeah, that was pretty good. All right, see you guys later. Bye-bye.